Still early in the morning, but we are getting ready to harvest on, this is day one of canola harvest on the Millennial farmer map that I built. And so, this is, the farm that I built. I'm still building. I'm still building its, grain bins. Grain bins will probably be up here somewhere. But as you guys can see, that is would be the 9870. And with a 35-foot header, and then we're gonna go over to 9650 and actually start harvesting. We're gonna continue harvesting. I'm finishing up the headlands and just going back and forth. So I'll be drying grain carts. So sadly, I will not be in the combines, but we will be. Yeah, let's see here. I think the log is just about right. Yeah. So actually, while he's slightly loading, on the tips area, I'm actually going to be, let's see if the computer will let me. Yep, get the screen down. Header is running, and let's see here, I think we're about empty. Yep, 4,000 liters to go, 30%, and there goes, it empties in the hopper, as you guys can see. Looks fairly similar to the hopper that they have, what they did have. So this was way back when they first bought the farm, or first was running the farm on YouTube and stuff. So it's not what they have now, that's for sure. But I do like their 45-foot bean header. So in a few years, this would be playing the series. So if you find that an episode where it's it becomes to be, it went from being, for instance, it's August now, so then next year in August, we're getting ready to harvest beans or something, and it's 2016 again. That's just because I'm reusing the machines again and trying to follow the same year, while also, doing this. So it's slightly different, but let's see here. So as you guys can see, I am driving this tractor now over to is now the if I can do this right. Grain cart's a little bit heavy. It's a 1,300 bushel grain cart, but as you guys can see, that's the combine that I was just in, and this is the lead combine that is now unloading. So we'll now be switching over to all the machines, and you guys are going to take a good look at all the machines. So now I'm going to hire worker again, and it's going to go pretty fast. Yep, spot on. Let's see if we can go 6 miles an hour. Let's see, we'll go 3. I'll be nice and go 3 or 1. Yeah, we'll go 1. Let's see here. Gosh, it's taking them forever to unload. It's about time. Okay, there we go. As you guys can see, his turn signal is on. That's because he's doing the outer side of the field. So I'm actually gonna switch over here, because we're gonna be churning here. So I gotta go back to this combine, quit that worker, and then jump back in this one and continue harvesting. So there we go. We're in the 9870 now. So a nice hopper, nice bean head, going at 6 miles an hour harvesting canola, which this technically would be soybeans, because they don't do canola in Minnesota. But I'm trying to use up the header. This is a bigger field, so I pretty much own all the fields. I'm just harvesting most of them until soybeans are ready, and then I'm going to be doing heavy tillage. But they expanded the map. I did a video on already on the Grant Hilbert's farm, so check that video out. and the live stream I did yesterday, so check those out. But this is a video that will be posted out. On the first time me building the Millennial Farm map, because I know a lot of you guys researched that. Yeah, but I built the Millennial Farm map in FS22 for consoles. That's something new, right? Yeah. Yep, it is. And I don't regret this. I actually enjoying this. It's something that I do enjoy. So if you watch the Millennial Farm, watch his 2016, 17, 18 videos, and they actually show this 635 header, hydraulic flex header that they use on the farm, and cutting soybeans with it. And then 2019 is when they got the 740 FD bean head, and then just last year they got the air reel on it. And then actually no, in that 2019 they got the air reel, and last year they had the air reel on it as well. And then last year they bought a new combine and used it for a while. So a lot has happened. Yep, so now I'm just gonna finish up the headlands and then run the other combine, do the same thing again. It won't be half as hard because I'm not gonna have trees that are stopping me and stuff. See, there we go. Oh my gosh. Just get harvesting already. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna miss some, but... Yep, harvesting by the fence. That's what I like. I actually do, because it reminds me of the Northeast. When you're harvesting on the fields, they actually have fencing around the fields, so animals don't actually get to your crop. It's pretty cool. But if you guys are wondering, a 35-foot header for a farmer that's going modern, and custom harvesting, that's not a big header. This is 35 feet, and you guys can see, you can pretty much see the whole thing. And the combine, it's like 35 feet, 40 feet in length, maybe less, maybe 20 feet in length, 25. And if you also look at the size of the field though, this is the part I just done, right? And where all that yellow and beige white is, that's where I harvested with that one strip and then that's the field. I still have a long ways to go. So we do headlands, especially for this reason, to match up. So because we're doing canola on this field, and it's been seeded, you don't actually see where the planter or seeder went. Corn and soybeans, they're 30 inches apart, so they're going to be in rows, so that's how you know where the headlands were and where the planter went. But if you're seeding it, they're closer spacings, so they're going to be looking like grass, and because they bloom up to a point where they're not being dried out, you don't see the rows. Wheat, you kind of see the rows. That's something a little different. But like canola and wheat, barley, oats, another crop that you can harvest. Sorghum, milo, right? Those are some kind of crops that you harvest in the summertime and in the springtime, and sometimes fall as well. But you normally would see them in the fall and see them in the spring, and then they grow through the winter because they're a winter crop as well. So they actually germinate while snow is falling on top, and they stop growing, and then the rest of the spring they finish up their germination and then are ready to harvest. So it's a cool fact, actually. Oh, I turned off the combine. Why did I do that? I don't know, but I did. And now we're back in this combine, and now we're harvesting the rest of this little crop. So it is cool how this happens, but now I'm going to pull up my map because I know there's a setting, 270 plus 22.5 equals 292. So if I go down, I'm just going to do it this way. I thought there may be a point here where I can, just have the worker go in a straight line, but I'll make curvy lines and stuff. It's fine. So we just did, I think, 70 feet, if I'm correct. So that's 70 feet, and actually that's not that big. Alright, this is just another 35-foot header making its way. And yeah, harvesting canola, round 2. It's not a bad crop to harvest, believe it or not. This is actually a crop I would recommend actually to some of the farmers that are in the West to do. It is a good crop. Actually, I can have my header go here. So when you're doing canola or something, especially like this, you may want to have your header like all the way, your reel all the way out. So that's black thing that's in the middle, so it's right there, the black turning, spinning thing that has like pickers, like forks that are digging down. Those are actually feeding in the crop onto the belt, as you guys can see. And then when it hits the belt or the auger, the auger drags or feeds the actual like leaf or pods or whatever, the actual crop into the machine. And then, as you guys can see, what's being pushed out the back is all the stems, right? That's been chewed up in the combine, and like skins and stuff. And then what's actually going in is actually stuff, the actual canola that'll be turned into oil or something. So the canola is like all these crops, I think, can go to the warehouse. And so there's 3 different warehouses. They built a new one. So actually what they decided to do is they expand this map just a tad. Okay, so and FS19 field 20 I think was the biggest field, and field 5 was the biggest field. And actually, yeah, so I have field 6, 7, 9, 23 that are soybeans and corn. The rest are a crop that I can harvest now. Fields 26, 8, 11, 15, 20, 10, 12, 14, 13 I can harvest. Field 3 and field 3 I can harvest. So pretty much all these crops I can harvest, because they're not. Field 5 is sunflowers like corn, so they're going to be harvesting around the same state. So the bean head's lifted, so I'm actually going to turn it off, and I'm going to show you. So the thing about this is the fact how when you're cutting canola, right, especially in this game, this header came with a belt, a slider that the crop feeds onto, so you're not losing any on the header, and it goes right onto the, because there's no belt, there's an auger, so this acts like a belt, but it's actually just a piece of steel. It's a steel plate, right, that helps slide the crop in. It literally slides in. That's all it does. And then the crop goes into here. There's the rock trap. And actually, I'm gonna hop into the combine again, and I'm gonna show you. We're gonna open these doors. Open the pipe. There we go. So, if you guys can see, right, when I turn the header on, oops, turn that header on, all these little things help, it's actually what's doing it. So, the crop goes in, right, now there's a spinning auger in this pipe, you can't see it, but there is, but what happens is, and you guys can actually see, like, all the dirt kind of forming and stuff in there, but it's a cool system. I opened up the door so you guys can kind of see. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the crop goes in there and it separates in there. It goes up into the machine, separates, right? And this is actually the auger, alright? Stuff goes in here and it gets pushed up and it goes up on there, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad you guys are able to see that. But that's the combine. So let's see here. I'm actually gonna turn off the header and give you guys a good look. But yep. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends and let them know that this channel exists. If you guys like this content, make sure you guys comment down below as to what you guys want me to do. I know a lot of you guys searched up the Millennial Farmer, so that's why I made this video, to get more people on. Alright, thank you guys.